Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. Another influenza season is here, and Saskatchewan Health is once again offering free vaccinations for residents 6 months of age and older. Crowds gathered at the Living Sky Casino for the second annual Concert in the Sky, a showcase of local talent all in support of the Southwest Youth Emergency Shelter. 2016 is a year of celebration for the SPCA Bookstore in Swift Current, as it marks 40 years in the community. Thanks for joining us here today. Well, it's that time of the year to roll up your sleeve with free flu clinics across the province. Another influenza season is here, and Saskatchewan Health is once again offering free vaccinations for residents 6 months of age and older. And there's some changes to the vaccine this year, based on circulating strains of influenza worldwide.
This year the focus of the province is going to be more on what we call the quadrivalent vaccine, which actually covers 4 different strains of influenza, which is much more than what we've had in past years where we had a trivalent covering only 3. So that's going to be the main emphasis of the province. And also some of the research is revealing that the flu mist efficiency or efficacy may not be as good, especially in older age groups. It may be okay for very young individuals, but again, even there, not as good. So the focus of the province will be on the quadrivalent vaccine this year.
The influenza vaccine is for everyone, and especially the elderly, young children, and caregivers. And along with getting your annual flu shot, proper hygiene comes into play in preventing the spread of illness.
For influenza, we pick up a lot of the influenza, not just by people coughing. So, of course, people who are coughing, if you're really sick, first of all, stay at home, get yourself recovered. And also not spread so much of the infection. But also a lot of the infection is on surfaces, so door handles, carts, things like that. So washing your hands and using hand sanitizer frequently and properly is very useful. If you are coughing, cough in your sleeve. Don't cough out, into a crowd and things like that. But washing of hands, very important.
In the coming weeks, the Cypress Health region will be offering 38 free flu shot clinics in 20 communities across the Southwest. A full schedule of the clinics are all available online through the Cypress Health region's website. The Sky Center in Swift Current was the place to be for another fundraiser supporting the Southwest Youth Emergency Shelter, with a special guest taking to the stage. Crowds gathered at the Living Sky Casino for the second annual Concert in the Sky, a showcase of local talent all in support of the Southwest Youth Emergency Shelter and the soon-to-be open Dory's House. This year, students from Maverick School were the opening act, and following a few last-minute touch-ups, they took to the stage with individual and group performances. Griffin Funk is a grade 11 student at Maverick School and was excited to be a part of the opening show while sharing his passion for music.
I'm actually very excited. It's my second time performing in front of a big crowd, so I'm looking forward to it. Well, it gives me a sense of accomplishment, like the feeling of accomplishment, and just like the pure feeling of happiness, wouldn't want to do anything else.
And with his parents and other family members in the audience, recording artist Colter Wall took to the stage, rounding out the evening showcase, with all performers, including Wall, donating their time for this worthy cause. Bob Hale is the board chair for Southwest SWYES, and says fundraisers such as the Concert in the Sky have not only raised funds, but awareness for the dream of opening a youth shelter in Swift Current.
Well, it's been quite a remarkable year. It wasn't all that long after the concert last year that we were approached by Tom Westbury and his sister Charmaine Westbury about building a facility for our project. They got the building community together and got an absolutely overwhelming response from the building community in Swift Current. And so over the summer we had a groundbreaking and went from there. And the Dory's House has been a hive of activity all summer long, and they're very close to being finished, so it's been really gratifying, and it makes you feel so good about this community. We really do live in a pretty remarkable community for people to come together in that way.
And as the doors are set to open at Dory's House in the coming months, Annual operating costs of approximately $500,000 are still a hurdle to cross.
We've been in discussion with provincial government, and we're still very hopeful to get support from provincial government, but we still haven't had that confirmed yet. So we're feeling that we want to work with the provincial government to help serve youth in this community, and we're quite optimistic about that.
A final tally from the concert in the sky is yet to be announced. However, all proceeds will benefit Dory's House, set to open by the end of the year.
I declare the Influenza Casino open on behalf of all of us.
Those times when I thought that he was just very quiet and shy and withdrawing a little bit, that he was probably depressed and I didn't know it.
And you think that this is a short-term thing. In a week or two, he's going to be back to normal, but that's not the case.
The SPCA Bookstore plays an integral role to the shelter here in Swift Current, and this year it's marking its 40th anniversary. 2016 is a year of celebration for the SPCA Bookstore in Swift Current, as it marks 40 years in the community. The bookstore has grown from its humble beginnings in the Cooper's Co-op in 1976 to its current location on 1st Avenue Northeast. The store shelves are filled wall-to-wall with various paperbacks, hardcovers, CDs, puzzles, and more, all donated to the store and then resold at an affordable price, while being the main source of fundraising for the Swift Current SPCA.
It's the only one that I'm fully aware of, and I spent several years in Saskatoon, and I know that they do not have a permanent bookstore. Haven't heard anything about any of the other locations as to if they have permanent bookstores or not, but we are very proud of our 40 years that we've been supporting the SPCA, and we are the main support of the SPCA.
Whitlock says the bookstore attracts customers throughout the year, and even more so throughout the summer season.
We get people that travel through in the summertime especially, who do a tour of all the books, all the used bookstores as they go around. So yes, we have customers from BC and Alberta and that in the summertime too. This year we had a very interesting situation where we had a teacher who is originally from here but is in Taiwan, I believe it was now. He and his wife were here this summer, and they picked up a whole bunch of books to take back to Taiwan to teach the students in Taiwan to read English. So we have customers from pretty much worldwide.
Relying on the generous donations of books and the dedication of its 14 volunteers, the SPCA Bookstore welcomes customers through the door Monday through Saturday. And for volunteers like Elizabeth Garnons-Williams, the bookstore not only provides a crucial fundraising avenue for the SPCA, but also a great social aspect for volunteers and the clientele.
I've been here for many years, and I'm an animal lover, so anything that helps to keep the animals fed and looked after out at the shelter is one of my main objectives, being an animal lover. And it's nice to get out with other people, and we have some nice customers that come here.
The SPCA Bookstore welcomes you to their 40th anniversary celebration on November 5th, which will include special deals on the already discounted books and other items on the shelves, all in support of the Swift Current SPCA. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.